I exposed my own daughter after discovering she secretly betrayed her ex behind his back. My daughter and her boyfriend had a baby when they were only 18. For years, they tried to build a normal life together until everything collapsed. He got caught cheating, and then he admitted he was gay. His ultra-religious parents completely disowned him. I still remember hearing his own mother call him disgusting while he packed his things. After that, he cut them off forever, especially from seeing his child. But months later, my daughter showed me photos from a weekend trip, and I froze. His parents were in the pictures. The same people who abandoned their own son for being gay were secretly spending time with his child. Turns out my daughter had been taking the kid to visit them for months behind his back. He had absolutely no idea I felt sick, so I told him everything. Now my daughter says I destroyed her life. Her ex no longer trusts her, and he refuses to give her extra custody time anymore. But honestly, I still think he deserved to know the truth. But the next story was even more disturbing.
His parents gave everything to his older brother and treated him like he didn't exist. Growing up, my brother got everything: new clothes, expensive gifts, birthday parties, cars. Meanwhile, I worked after school, cleaning restaurants just to afford food, but my parents didn't care. To them, my older brother was perfect. Even after he failed college, crashed cars, and wasted money, they still worshipped him. Then one night, everything collapsed. My brother secretly stole money from the family business and disappeared. Within months, my parents lost everything: their house, their savings, their friends. Nobody wanted to help them anymore. Years later, I became manager of a luxury hotel downtown. One evening, security called me downstairs because 2 homeless people were causing problems in the lobby. When I walked in, I froze. It was my parents, older, exhausted, completely broken. My mother started crying the second she saw me. My father quietly asked if they could stay for just one night, and for a moment I almost forgave them, but then I remembered every night I went hungry while they spoiled my brother instead. So I handed my father $100 and said, "This should be enough for a cheap motel." Then I walked away. The next morning, my missing brother finally returned, but he wasn't alone. Police officers walked in beside him. Turns out he had stolen everything himself and gambled it away years earlier. And while my family screamed at each other in the middle of the hotel lobby, I realized something. For the first time in my life, their chaos no longer belonged to me. But the next story was the most disturbing one yet.
My friends secretly promised everyone I'd drive them home without even asking me first. Last weekend, I went out with some old friends. We had dinner, then went to a bar to play board games and drink the day before. Someone asked in the group chat how everyone was getting there. I mentioned I was driving because I lived far away and had an important appointment early the next morning. That was it. I never offered anyone a ride. At the bar, everyone started drinking while I only had soda because I was driving around midnight. One friend suddenly smiled and said, "Good thing you're driving everyone home tonight." I laughed at first because I thought she was joking, but then the entire table went silent. Turns out, she had already told everyone I would take them home because he's sober anyway. The problem? 2 people lived in the complete opposite direction. Driving everyone home would take nearly 2 hours. And I had work early the next morning. I politely explained that I never agreed to this. Immediately, things got awkward. People started complaining that rideshares were expensive, their phones were dying, and I should just help out. The friend who caused all this got angry and said, "You're making me look stupid." And honestly, that annoyed me the most, so I replied, "You don't make plans around someone who never agreed." The table went completely quiet. In the end, I drove 2 friends home because they lived near me. I even stayed with the others while they ordered rides. But now that same friend says I ruined the entire night just because I refused to become everyone's unpaid taxi driver. But the next story made the internet completely lose its mind.
I asked my postpartum wife to fly internationally with our 5-month-old baby, and the internet destroyed me for it. My wife is pregnant with our first child. Before we got married, we always agreed on one thing: Thanksgiving with her family, Christmas with mine. The problem is, my family lives in another country. Getting there means a 5-hour flight and another 2-hour drive. And honestly, my parents have never fully accepted my wife. They hate that I moved away and started a life somewhere else. Still, this Christmas was supposed to be special. My sister is having a baby too. I wanted my grandparents, cousins, and entire family to finally meet my daughter. So I brought up traveling for Christmas. My wife immediately said no. She didn't want to fly internationally with a 5-month-old baby. And she definitely didn't want to spend the holidays around my parents, only a few months after giving birth. At first, I thought she was overreacting. I kept pushing the idea because I felt like our original plans about holidays and family traditions were disappearing. But after posting online, thousands of people completely destroyed me. They pointed out things I hadn't even considered: sleep deprivation, postpartum recovery, stress, a newborn on a long international flight, and the fact my wife already feels unwanted by my parents. That's when it finally hit me. I wasn't trying to create a happy family memory. I was trying to fix my broken relationship with my parents, using my wife and newborn baby. And honestly, that wasn't fair to her at all. Sometimes becoming a good husband means letting go of the family that raised you.